Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Your First Jungle Clear. This is the show where I go over the early jungle pathing from members of my community. Why the early jungle path, you ask? It's because it is the most important time for us as junglers, where we can have the most impact of the game. If we have bad early games, and I see this from all the people that I coach and just from experienced league, there's some really basic decision making that can be prevented, which can really alter our early games, which is going to affect our mid games, which is going to affect our late games. But ideally, we're not getting into late games. Having a good solid early game is really going to set you up for success, and it's something for you to really focus on when you're improving at the game, because if you're having a bad early game consistently, you're going to struggle to climb. End of story. So tonight's show here, we are going to have 7 guests. We have a pretty good lineup of champions. We have Kayn, Elise, Hecarim, Olaf, Eve, Rengar, and Nidalee. So should be good. We also have a challenger player coming on the show, friend of the show, Yandhi on Brazil. That's the Hecarim game, so that should be good to see as well. Also, you might notice as well the new thumbnails. I'm thinking of maybe, it depends if I have the time, going back on all my episodes and changing all the, like adding the champions, so then people can flick through my playlist a lot better. Because I know a lot of people actually watch my YFJC playlist, and there's literally 30, 40 hours worth of content on that, so I think it's probably worth the time investment. So I might do that. But all thumbnails for this show on my YouTube channel from now on will now be utilizing the little champion squares, so you guys can see, the champions you guys are working on. Alright, so let's get our first guest in here, Kayn, who I think was on last week, and this is a Kayn game of his, so let's drag him in. Alright, Kayn, you are on the air. Welcome back to the show. How are you?
Hey, I'm good, man. Thanks for having me again.
Excellent. And how's our games been going since you last came on? Was it a Kayn game reviewed as well? Or
It was 2, maybe 3 weeks ago, and it was a Graves game. But
Yeah,
I haven't had a lot of time to play. But haven't been going well. I've been on a bit of a losing streak. But yeah, just haven't had the opportunity to play enough to even it out.
Yeah, I mean, Plane's obviously, a big one. Do you know what's going on in your game specifically? Like, you said that's not been going so well. Like, what's going on? Like, are you having good early games, bad early games? Are you just trying a bunch of different champions? What would you say? What do you think is going on?
I'm sticking with the same. Like, I'm pretty much just playing Kayn, Graves, Eve. But I've, like, for the past 15, 20 games or so, I've been, like, specifically focusing on, like, counter jungling opportunities. And I'm now trying to transition into, like, and to the point I did that so much that I kind of have become gank blind. So I'm trying to.
Got it.
Now I think like counter jungling short up. I'm trying to recognize opportunities for ganks a bit better. My focus really isn't even on winning at this point, because it's so late in the season and I have so little time to play and climb. So I really just want to improve. But yeah, that's why I chose this game, is because with actually I have the wrong game in mind. But this is the correct game. I just feel like I missed, gank opportunities that I could have found in this game. I counter jungled enough, but perhaps too much. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, gank opportunities are not that easy with Kayn early game. Like, I'll be worried if you're telling me I'm missing gank opportunities on Elise or like Elise in. But
right, yeah.
Given Kayn, it's like, like if you can counter jungle this, take this guy's Raptors and Krugs early against Warwick, you're in a really good position. So yeah, I mean, you always got to assess looking at this game now, Kayn. Like, I'm not sure how good your game knowledge is, but let's just think about it here in the early game. Here, it's like I'm into a Vlad, Nautilus, Kalista, Jax. It's like, I mean, I will struggle to find gank opportunities. We'll see if we find any, but I wouldn't be too worried about certain games, Kayn, because again, your idea here is obviously to get your red form, and this is a pretty good red Kayn game. And you just take over the game, as long as you just don't die.
Yeah, I actually this is the game I meant to select, but when I was, like, right before you called me on and thinking back, okay, why did I choose this game? I had it mixed up with a game where there was a Cassin on the other team and I should have ganked more. But that ganking is still what I'm working on, but
okay.
We'll see what we can find.
Yeah, well, it's good. I mean, counter jungling and tracking, they go hand in hand, So you're essentially learning tracking at the same time, and if you're just learning this, I think this is a great skill, Kayn. So I love it that you're focusing on one thing, not caring about wins and losses. That's awesome. All right, so you're starting blue this game here, Kayn. Any reason specifically, or
Yeah, because I completely expected Warwick to start bottom just because his clear is so bad and he typically likes the single target camps. I realized right away that he doesn't start bottom, so I adapt. But yeah, I didn't expect him to start red.
Yeah, blue start Kayn's not very good, Canon.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it. Like if you're gonna just do like I wouldn't worry. Like honestly, like the fact that this is bronze right at the moment.
Yeah.
Let's just simplify things. This is even the purpose of my Eve guide. Like, don't worry about where he starts, whether or not. It's just better to do just red start. You know, red, Krugs, Raptors, Wolves, blue into Gromp. Yeah, you might get invaded here, but I need you to ward this early. You know, do that. It's like what you've done with this ward. Just do that, and if you get invaded, you get invaded. You have to deal with that. But
yeah, my goal is just to try to like end up on the opposite side of the map as him and like end up with the bottom scuttle. But I mean, this ends up working alright. I don't think I play it like you know, like I'm not cognizant of where he is, but I definitely agree. And this is probably the only game I've started blue on Kayn ever.
Okay.
But interesting to hear that I just shouldn't.
Yeah, just don't.
Shouldn't really adapt.
Things. The chat here is saying he likes to do the like if you start
Wolves start
blue,
thing.
you start wolves and do this. But I only really like doing this for like blue Kayn, to be honest, because
Right.
I mean you could potentially do this as well, but I think again don't overcomplicate things as well. Like I think you just do like just a full clear, just chill out. If you can't contest top crab, you can't contest top crab, reset and then just go bot crab. You know.
Okay.
But I mean I definitely recommend watching Charisma. He doesn't play red Kayn too much. But
yeah, I watch him a bit. I do start the wolves when I'm like looking to impact bottom lane early and going blue Kayn, but not what I wanted to do this game. Plus, ganking bottom lane this game is like really hard. So
because what you do here, Canon, like yeah, you're right. Ganking body's hard. This is it's just not worth it. Like think about the time it takes for you to take these raptors. It takes probably about just like the way that I'm thinking is the walk-in distance versus you just doing a standard clear here. It's like this to this. I mean, you're even doing an inefficient path because you had to walk from Gromp to here. You know, it's a good what like 15 seconds. And then the question is, what do you do after these raptors? You got to walk somewhere else for another 15 seconds.
yeah, gotta walk right to the wolves.
You know, it's like 30 seconds of a lot of inefficiency happening here. You know, versus an extra 30 seconds, you could be like finishing your red by now. You know? So this is really like too focused on counter juggling, I think here, Cannon, you know?
Okay.
Wait, for some reason he does Krugs there. That's actually really strange. He does Krugs.
Yeah, I did not. I expected him to be on the bottom side of the
He was
map.
literally trying to do 3 camp. And again, this is the thing as well, Cannon. You can't predict these level of play junglers, you know, in bronze. That's why you need to stick to your own games. Don't react to the enemy team. Stick to your own game here, Cannon.
Okay.
Like, you don't need to worry about like complicating things until you're at least like diamond, honestly. Alright, so you know his bot size, you reset and you go top crab. Okay, cool. Yeah, this is good. This is good. Love this. This is really good, Canon. Excellent. I mean, this is your objective. I mean, again, the way I'll be thinking this is everything's very hard to gank. If I can just take Warwick's Raptors and Krugs, and this is going to be the same thing versus like Elise's, Lee Sin, people that don't like to do their Raptors and Krugs early, this is excellent. I love this, but maybe focused on it a little bit too much in the earlier stages. So this is good. I mean, that's huge. That's enough to have you've won the early game here, you know?
Yeah.
And then we just do another full clear. I mean, I don't think you've missed any gank opportunities here. I think this is fine.
Yeah, I mean, there was a point where I was headed to the Raptors, and my Tryndamere was absolutely spam pinging, like to the point that his mind melted for the rest of the game because I didn't go gank that. But he was so low, and Jax wasn't. It's just nothing.
Oh wait, so you're talking about which gank here? Is this
right? Like right now? No. Sorry, before I'm headed to the Raptors, so like 30 seconds ago.
Oh yeah, no way. You are not ganking this. No.
He's like losing his mind, and for the rest of the game was like spamming it.
Yep, this is the absolute right decision, and I love this. this like just decisiveness, just understanding. I don't need to do this to win the game. You know. I mean, look at Trinity. He's winning this lane. He's 10 CS up. You don't need to. He does. You don't need to ruin your tempo for it at all. You know. So this is good. I like this. And then you're resetting here because you want to go down to Dragon. Is that right?
Yeah, I guess so. But now that I look at it, I feel like I could have just cleared straight down. But yeah, I think it was a Dragon thing because we had just seen Warwick top, like, love a gank, and his top side's down, but ended up electing not to go for the Dragon, which I'd say we probably could have. But I don't really know where Warwick is.
I mean, again, I mean, the only option here is to counter gank, but I don't see any real. I don't think see any need. You just want to do Raptors and then go to top grab. Yeah, I think this is good. This is good. Good.
This was retarded. Actually, I'm thinking of the wrong time that I went top. This was okay. It's later that I go top and really shouldn't. I think it's the next time I'm top that I do this versus Warwick and it does not go.
You definitely should be dodging the E with your ult here.
Yeah.
Just wait it out. So do that, like W maybe a little bit quicker, and then you press Alt, and then he's probably dead. Yeah.
Well, I should W toward the tower too.
So like Q, W, and then Alt. Or maybe you don't even need to W. Actually, well, maybe this is actually just good as well. Okay, yep, that's good. But Warwick kills you. Yeah, I mean, obviously Warwick's probably doing his red buff because that's where he started.
Yeah. I knew that.
You have flush as well.
Definitely could have dodged that.
Yeah.
And probably made it out back on my side of the tower as well if I had ulted earlier. I don't know.
Yeah, then could have flushed away if you're going to get killed by another tower shot. Mountain drag. Krugs, just full clear, counter gank, you have ult.
Another classic bottom lane double kill. Well, meanwhile, I'm spamming the 2 question marks right there, and then...
So you know Warwick's here, right?
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm lighting up his bottom side of the map, and it still works.
If that's the case, you need to ideally be here for the counter gank. It's just too obvious, Cannon, and I know you want to do efficiency. Yeah, this is where you sort of need to ditch efficiency. Even if you spend like 5 or 10 seconds, yeah, let's say you waste the time, let's say he doesn't gank. You're here to set yourself up for the right place at the right time, you know? So like, sometimes, yeah, and especially like this, like, I love the tracking. This is excellent stuff, by the way. Just be here for this, and you know, then you could maybe, I mean, maybe you actually just still lose this anyway, to be honest. Yeah, but again, just sort of just note that for future times. If you know so obviously where the enemy jungler is, your first thought should be, is this an easy counter gank or not, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I seem to remember it crossing my mind, but I'm thinking, alright, if he goes for it, it's Tom Kench, right? Like, surely we make it out of this, and...
Yeah, well, I mean, ideally the Time Kench would just Warwick ults the Cogmore and Time Kench W's Cog. Fortunately, you die here. You don't have... you should have flashed this, I think. I think you definitely flashed this, yeah?
Yeah. Yeah, it's just a mechanical thing. I'm like way too slow to do that.
Yeah, reaction time. So,
an old man.
Yeah, I think that I think you overcomplicated the counter jungling early a little bit there, but overall I think this was pretty good. You definitely understand to farm it again. Like again, I don't know. I mean, this is just one game we're looking at, but I'd say that you didn't really miss many gank opportunities here at all. But I think that the decision not to kill that Jax when Trinity was spamming was really good. Russell actually said in that bot play you couldn't help at all. He's probably right. Maybe it is better to let your team die and just ping it and just keep being efficient. That's also a case as well. But again, just consider that just for the counter ganks. Sometimes it's really important.
Yeah, maybe with different champions.
Yeah,
I agree.
All right, Kayn.
All right, thanks, man.
Any other questions around Kayn or jungle in general?
Oh, that's it. Appreciate your time.
All right, Kayn. Thanks for coming on. We'll see you next time.
See you, man.
All right, so that was our first guest. Let's now jump into... Let's just keep powering through this. We've got 7 guests here to do in about an hour. So let's get Observer, who's in the chat, on. This is an Elise game in Platinum on NA. All right, Observer, you are on the air. Can you hear me all good?
Yep, can you hear me?
Excellent. Welcome to the show. Your microphone's good, man.
Good to hear.
What should I call you? Observer. DM?
You can call me Connor.
Alright, Connor. I'm going to get your game up in just a second. So while I get your game up, Connor, tell me how your rank's been going so far this season.
I am like the most hard-stuck person you have ever seen. I've been about low platinum for 7 years, and I've got 1,000 solo queue games this season. So. Okay.
So, would you call yourself? Do you feel like you tilt pretty heavily?
Sometimes. Not always though. I play with chat off, and so I'm not the biggest tilter, but I just have on days and off days. I don't know.
And how many games do you play about a day?
About 10.
Okay, I've seen this before. So, the problem why you can never, I find that these players is so hard to climb is because your good days and off days. So it's like you could win 10 games in a row on your good day, or like let's say you win 7 or 8, and then the next day you have a bad day and you lose 8 in a row. You know, it's like you basically the way that it works is that your first couple of games, literally your first 2 or 3 games, dictates whether it's a good or bad day. You know?
Yeah.
And what I try
to like stop after a couple games. Like I'll play like 2 games at a time and then take a break for maybe even an hour or more. And like if I'm losing a lot throughout the day, I'll stop. But yeah, I don't know.
And what's your champ pool
limited
like?
Effectiveness? What was that?
What's your champ pool like?
I've tried a lot of champions. Right now my main 3 I guess would be Elise, and then Kindred, and then Jarvan.
I'm just going to get your OPGG up for a second because I'm actually interested about this. Jarvan, you said, is
I think that's 3 for me right now. I also had a stint playing mid lane there for a while after I found Curtis's stuff, but
got it.
Yeah, you can. It actually went pretty well, but I don't know.
And why'd you switch back to jungle then?
It stopped going well.
Okay. So it stopped going for well for what? Days, weeks, like, or is it just like a day? Like, oh, screw this, I'm just switching back to jungle.
No, it was like a few weeks. Yeah.
And how would you say, I mean, it's great. We're going to look at it early game here. You're playing Elise. This is excellent. We're probably going to see some problems here. But you said you play Elise and Kindred mainly here. How would you say your early games go, like in these games?
Very polarizing. Either I'm like 10-0 or 0-10 sometimes.
Okay, so this right here, this is a good day. This is a good day.
Yep.
And then you've had actually a lot of good days. And then then yesterday was not so good of a day.
Today actually. Yeah.
Today, yeah. All right, let's take a look at this. Let's look at some problems here. But what do you think your map awareness is like? Do you use F keys, a combination of F keys looking at the map?
Yeah, I got them bound to my mouse buttons. I spam that as I'm clearing the jungle.
Excellent.
Yep.
All right. All right, maybe it's a game knowledge thing. What's your win condition? What's your game plan this game here, Connor?
So that was what I really wanted to talk about. I had no idea this game. I was like, this seems impossible. There's an Ornn Poppy lane in the top lane. And that doesn't matter at all. Regardless of how that goes, that's not going to change the game. The bot lane, they have a Senna Soraka, and I was just thinking, like, they're going to be constantly full HP. That's going to be impossible to gank. We have an OCC. I can maybe look at it if they overextend, but that's just going to suck. And then I have an Olaf mid against a Veigar. So I was thinking that was the best chance I had at winning this game, and Olaf actually blows his flash at level 1 right here. So I ping out that I want to do a 3 camp into a gank mid, but it doesn't quite work out.
Alright, so this is interesting. Already here we have some misconceptions from you. And the biggest one right here is you think that this is not going to impact the game at all. And I assume it's because the typical narrative that you hear all the time is like tank lanes are just tank lanes, they don't matter, right?
I mean, Poppy ends up getting like 3 solo kills and we still lose, so...
Okay, sure. But I mean, obviously that's a hindsight thing, right? You know, right now, it's like, as you have identified right now, it's like, yeah, it's an Olaf mid into Veigar. This is potentially just going to be scale. I mean, you can maybe impact bot, but my number one priority, and I actually view top as a huge win condition here. Also because Poppy is very good into Kha'Zix, because her W cancels his E. So the thing as well is that at least against these type of champs like tanks, you shred tanks. Like, you can absolutely kill tanks as Elise, and this guy's literally a free kill, even a free dive. So my whole game plan, and already right here, you're actually just on the back foot because you've just identified that that Poppy and Ornn isn't really going to impact this game that much. I mean, you might have other options this game. Let's say maybe it was a different matchup, but right now, like, the emphasis is like 100% Poppy is your win condition here, because Poppy is going to be literally tank unkillable. Veigar's going to do nothing to him, Kha'Zix, Ornn, and you're just going to make sure that he goes literally 20-0 this game and get Rift Herald. Does that make sense there? And don't, Connor, and don't, I just want you to get this misconception out of your head that tank laners, you have to leave it on island.
Yeah, that makes sense. Like, generally, if there's a free kill, I'll take a free kill. But in terms of, like, where do I want the gold on my team right now? Like, of all the champions, Poppy's the best?
Okay, so there's two things there. Where do you want the gold? And what's possible to get the gold on, right? So yes, ideally, I mean, everyone would say, let's get all the gold onto our Tristana here, you know? But unfortunately, that's going to be possible, but it's less difficult than this. I mean, actually, to be honest, it's actually hard to toss up who wants more gold. I think, again, Poppy, Poppy, I think, is a champion that gets out of control super easily. And if I'm playing Kha'Zix, and I instantly don't have an option to kill this champion, it makes my life a lot harder. Like, the way that I view it, you'll be able to kill top and get way more top than Kha'Zix can ever get bot. Because think about Kha'Zix's perspective here, Connor. What's Kha'Zix's win condition here?
I guess he's kind of in a similar boat. He's a better gank setup in bot lane, though, I would say. But...
yeah, slightly, but definitely not much more than you, right?
Yeah, I mean, mid lane's also should be really easy for him. With the Veigar cage into a melee champion. Which is basically what happens this game.
So yeah, so I think this game you're pathing to wrong here already here. This is a 3 camp red into top gank. And look at top right now. You know, you would have been here for this. Look at the wave.
Yeah.
So already you would have been playing a different game here, Connor. The other thing as well against this is really good as well, is against like these junglers that are a bit more farming junglers, there is an element, it's not it's not everything. There's an element is I always want to sort of end up on the side of my Raptors and Krugs because I can't lose them to him. So that's also another factor you need to think of it, is like I need to be able to defend my Raptors and Krugs, like, because you obviously don't really want to be doing Raptors on Elise. You can actually do it early if you cart them correctly, but that's also another factor here, because right now you're actually making it too easy. Kha'Zix can just take your Raptors right now. You're actually you've basically lost the early game, because you can do no pressure, and you know, especially you showing here, Kha'Zix can just go straight to your Raptors right now, you know, and for some reason he doesn't, but he should have.
I find I typically don't care about rep. Like, even if I find them counter jungle, that is, I'm like, whatever, that doesn't matter, typically.
Yeah, well, it definitely does matter
like,
a bit.
again, like you said,
Connor.
I don't want to do them as Elise anyway.
Yeah. You definitely want to, again, it's not so much you not doing them, it's making sure the enemy team's not getting a free experience in gold. Because at the end of the day, it's experience in gold, isn't it?
Yeah, but I found, especially with Season 10, since camps respawn really fast, like, that just hasn't... I've never found that hasn't come up. Like, if he's doing my Raptors, he's not doing his Krugs.
Well, what happens if he does 3 camp? This, you do this, and then you gank bot side, and then he takes Raptors and Krugs. Think about how far ahead he is.
I guess. That's just really rare, though. People just don't do that.
Well, it's definitely a possibility. Because, I mean, again, the way that I view it, if I'm just putting myself in Kha'Zix's shoes here. If you do this, you show bot, and I've done 5 camp, bang, 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 take Raptors, I am in I pretty much can't lose the game, to be honest, because I'm literally a whole level ahead of you. You know?
Yeah.
So it's something to consider, and that might be again a potential lack of again prioritization. Again, remember, it's not you getting the Raptors; it's making sure the enemy jungler doesn't get the Raptors. And again, being around that side really prevents that, and also contesting crabs as well. Like, again, you wanna be contesting the crabs. Like, Kha'Zix is probably gonna start blue here. Like, you got to get into his face, you know. Do a lot more early. So I think that what's happening here is you're not thinking enough about your early game plans and shutting down the enemy junglers and stuff like that. Because in Kha'Zix,
do I win 1v1 against the Kha'Zix at level 3?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Okay, I had the assumption there that I didn't, because I've lost a lot to Kha'Zix. He's like by far the champion I've lost the most to.
Interesting. Yeah, I would say that could be a mechanics thing, but you definitely hard counter Kha'Zix. I mean, Kha'Zix is, well, at least he's one of the strongest level 3 champs in League of Legends, literally.
Yep. It's kind of annoying I didn't notice the backstop.
Yandhi actually said your Spiderlings literally cancel his isolation. Think about how OP that is.
Yeah. You can typically get off the first queue, though, because they take a second to spawn.
So yeah, you did gank bot there. You got Tristana slightly ahead here. And we take Dragon. I just don't understand how this Kha'Zix is 18 CS here. But that's just another story here. So we clear. So that's okay. We've gotten Dragon. Poppy unfortunately dies there. Alright, so this is problematic pathing as well here. Unless your intention is completely to go bot here, Connor.
I think it was.
Because I think getting Rift Tail is very important in this game, and again, obviously, you know, you've obviously identified the opposite sort of win condition here to what we should have, but yeah, the way that I'll be viewing this right now is I want to create an efficient jungle path around top, so I would probably do Raptors, red, Raptors, blue, Grom. I mean, to be honest, your pathing's always really distorted this game. Again, it looks like you don't really have a clear direction. You're sort of just going around the map, you know? Just sort of just doing
here
stuff.
I wanted to get the red and then reset and get the blue Gromp and look bot lane, I think. Something like that. Because for some reason I was like, okay, I can't get... I'm pretty sure I had it in my head that I couldn't get Rift Herald with our mid lane situation.
Yeah, well, I mean, maybe mid lane doesn't help that much, but I mean, you can always, again, you're still stronger. You're very strong right now. You're Poppy.
I can't remember if I actually end up getting it or not here, but...
Also, why don't we have Sweeper Trinket here as well? Connor.
People don't ward. I find that if I go Sweeper, I'll sweep about 2 wards in a game versus placing 14.
Right, that's also another misconception. People definitely do ward. You just need to be thinking about how to use it more effectively.
I also really value, if I get in the enemy jungle, being able to place wards. I like value that much more than sweeping out a ward in the river.
Yeah, okay, I mean, it's definitely a thing, but again, it's all about pressure. So I think another big thing here, Connor, is that you don't understand the importance of pressure. Making sure that enemy team 100% doesn't have control of an area is always more important than you knowing where the enemy team is, because you can technically there's two birds with one stone, because let's say this is all not watered, right? And you know this is all not watered. Let's say this is not watered. And they're looking to contest an objective or something like that. You know that you technically know they're going to come anyway, but they don't know where you are. So it's like you instantly have an advantage. But if this is watered and then this is watered, you guys both know where each other are. It's going to come down to a coin flip. Whoever plays the fight better, versus having especially Elise, you're the river king. You sit there and people face check you, you kill them. So yeah. Pressure and making sure that anything doesn't know where you are is a hugely important thing in League of Legends. One of the biggest rules that I instill in my coaching clients is if you show on the map and you do nothing with it, that's actually a game losing mistake. You can instantly lose at the game. Even if you don't die, you can potentially lose a game by giving the enemy team free information. And that all again comes down to pressure. So a lot of this actually makes sense while you're plat 3 at the moment here. You have a lot of very rigid ways of thinking about the game here, and a bit of a lack of understanding of game knowledge. And I would also say your champion identity as Elise as well. Kha'Zix is just stronger than you now because you just really haven't done anything. He's 31 CS as well. So that's really all I want to go over for this game. There's a lot of things that I think you need a lot of work on. Obviously, we can't go over this in just this early game here, but I hope this equips you with enough information. If anything, if it's not specific things you can take away, I just want you to question the way you play the game a bit more, Connor. So that's what I want your takeaway to be. Again, the VOD will be up here. Maybe you won't, get it completed this first time, but really want you to start thinking a bit more about being more aggressive and, again, getting some rid of these misconceptions. But I'll tell you right now, control wards and sweeper is absolutely your best friend.
Yeah, I buy 7 to 10 control wards every game.
Excellent.
Really like control wards. My vision score is typically really high, I've noticed. Even without the sweeper, but
let's get you clearing wards. And yeah, I want you to take zombie ward as well. That's just better with the equipped with sweeper. Zombie ward's just the go-to.
Yeah. Again, I've tried that before, and I'll be in a 40-minute game with no stacks almost. It's very weird. I don't know.
Yeah. Again, try it, and I need you to think about where you're sweeping better and tracking the enemy, where they're warding, and looking at lanes to see where they ward.
Okay.
All right. And that's going to be it for...
One final question. You said right there, Kha'Zix beats me. Was that just 6? Did I beat him at 5 there?
Yes, you beat him level 5.
Because you said...
Yeah.
Okay, you said...
Level 6, yeah, you actually struggle against Kha'Zix slightly level 6. But you still can beat him, but ideally you've got a big enough lead. Then big enough lead that you shouldn't be ideally a problem by that stage.
Okay.
And you got to use your laners as well to pressure him as well. Alright, Connor. Well, thanks for coming on, and good luck with your climb. Hopefully this helped a bit, and we'll see you next time.
Alright. Thank you.
See you later. Alright, that was an interesting one. That was definitely an interesting one. I definitely see that a lot. Sometimes people have very rigid ways of thinking about League, and they're too theoretical. Which is a pretty big trap sometimes, and it's something else sometimes it takes me a lot to work out in my coaching clients. But League's all about flowing. I love the quote by Bruce Lee, flowing like water. Applies to real life, but also League as well. You got to adapt. League's never rigid. You got to embrace the chaotic nature of solo queue. And chambers like Elise, you need to be playing very flexible. You need to be very confident in your early games. Take over the enemy and the game through the early game. Alright, so Adam says... So apparently there's lots of ads running. I don't hit any ad buttons. I don't even know how to do that, to be honest. So I'm not sure. I think Twitch doesn't automatically. Alright. So we're about 38 minutes in, so we need to start really powering through. Let's get onto the Brazilian server now. We've got Yandhi coming on. This is a challenger game. So let's drag him in just a moment. I just need to remember my Brazilian account name. Brazil. Oh my god, I actually can't find it. What the? Quad says, hey Nathan, how can I learn the time it takes enemy junglers to do their camps path through their jungle? Experience. Pretty much experience. So what you want to do is play a game, load up the replay, and then look at their perspective, and then think about how you could have punished their path in. So you got to review your games there, Quad. Where's my Brazil account? I can't even find it. Do I even have a Brazilian account? But yeah, it's roughly around 12 seconds per account. Per camp. Alright, we might do something different here. I'll get Yandhi in here. Alright, Yandhi, welcome back to the show. Good to see ya. Can you hear me good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Alright, Yandhi, I need to do something a little different here because I've lost my Brazilian account for some reason. Can you share your screen with me? Yeah.
Share my screen?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me just load up the account.
So you're gonna walk through the early game for us, step by step. You're gonna coach me, Yandhi, alright? We'll dissect your early game.
I really don't like taking one place here because it could be useful for another person.
I mean,
but
you got to think of it. This is helpful for people. You know, you're a challenger at the end of the day. There's a lot of people that respect you on our Discord. So I mean, people are excited for you to come on. So if you want to come on, come on.
Okay.
You know.
Okay. Yeah. The thing is, because I started playing the game this year. I didn't play the game the last 2 years.
Yeah.
So a lot of my champion identities have been very changed by the patches and stuff. Like Karthus jungles was never played when I played the game. So now seeing a Karthus jungle, every time I'm against Karthus, I hate that champion. I just stomp him or try to play the game faster than him, and he just does more damage. I always play to learn, so I don't care about losing the game or feeding him or stuff. But in the last 5 games against Karthus, I always lose if it is not a stomp.
What are you playing against Karthus champions?
I didn't understand.
What are you playing against the Karthus? What champion are you playing into Karthus?
Oh, I'm Hecarim.
Yeah, Hecarim's terrible into Karthus. It's really hard.
Yeah.
Because because basically the way it works is you get outscaled and by him, like you got phase rush and just kiting around him, sort of your best bet, to be honest. But I hate playing against Karthus because he just scales better than me and also I can't really punish him early that well. Like he can actually I've even been late invaded by Karthus sometimes, you know, and you know, just completely ruin me. Like he's actually just so good into Hecarim, you know. So
I didn't know. I mean, I'm learning the matchups with Hecarim. I just have like 35 games on him.
Okay,
so,
yeah. So I'm telling you that.
I also think that I took the wrong runes here. I think Phase Rush against Karthus is a lot better. I only take Phase Rush when it is tankier to be faster and avoid skill shots than to heal from Conqueror, I think. So yeah, I took the wrong runes.
Yeah.
And you will see later that I do an engaged thinking I have Phase Rush, and then I'm like, oh no. Oh wait a minute, I have Conqueror. Is it ready?
Yep. So walk me through it here. Let's take a look at the early game.
Yeah. First, I want to know if you start the. I always do the same thing because I have Ignite and I want to force something in this part of the map. I think it's very good for Hecarim to fight here. Every time I do it, it ends up pretty good. And also with Graves.
Yep. That's
so
right.
I ask for help from a top lane and mid lane and go and try to ward the buff.
Okay.
and I try to get the ward here, so I know if they are doing it. So, oh wait a minute.
So you want to ward there,
I
so then
do the ward here. So yeah, so I know if they are
invades.
going here or
or
going here.
Yeah. Okay. Or what about going to your red
that's
buff?
what I try to.
What about seeing
Yeah.
if you're going to
Also
red buff?
too.
Yeah.
Also here, if I'm from blue side, I try to ward here.
Let's get your vision as well here, Yandhi.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. So let's play it through. Yep.
So yeah, I come here. Cross ward.
The problem with this is you don't have time to switch out to
and
sleep.
I don't have time to back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did a bit late because Set wasn't there. So yeah, it's the same. I couldn't change the trinket, but it's okay. Yeah. And look, I reached it just in time. Now with Hecarim, I tried a lot of clears because the champ just didn't work for me, and I ended up like, I don't know if discovering because I don't see any Hecarim doing this, but I do a full clear 3 minutes and 15 seconds, like before the crab spawns, and I'm level 4.
Yeah.
I do that.
Okay. Yeah. I mean,
You want me to speed it up?
That's good, Yandhi. But again, if I'm full clearing, and then Karthus full clears as well, Karthus has won the early game, unfortunately. You know.
Yeah, he's faster.
Yeah.
The thing is, I don't know. This is the thing with Karthus. I cannot like force something because I mean this is ungankable, I think, but not ungankable, but maybe if I did red side, he was pushed, and yeah, maybe with the freeze here, he's gankable.
Well, I mean, don't just think about ganks here as well. What happens if you could have invaded him? You know. What?
I don't think. Yeah, I have never invaded with Hecarim level 3, or level 2, because I think he's just horrible here. I don't have the damage to finish them off, and they always run with 100 HP, and I'm just there walking around without flash, and I end up dying.
Okay.
So I didn't want to risk that. I knew the Lucian had to win prior mid.
Yeah.
Also because I didn't want to force something, because Karthus is just, he gets one kill and the game is like over. It's like Master G.
Yes, I would agree. It's okay. So here's an option here. You could have. I would have potentially done here if you know he started red. Red, Krugs, Raptors invade his blue. And if you have Conqueror, it's not going to work. But if you have Phase Rush, you can kill him even with Flash.
Yeah, with Phase Rush, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the.
Because he's going to be low. He's not full health, as he clears. So
yeah.
That's an option.
He's pretty low.
You sort of just want to pressure. I mean, again, the way that I view
The
this
thing is that it is pretty weird, because I was thinking about him being online in the game at 3 minutes and 5 seconds, like standard. But if you look at this, he did blue into gank top lane, because top lane was pretty bad. So the bad thing about this clear, I learned from this game, that because I leveled up Q twice, and I use the Q here with the wolves, so I can do the raptors and all the stuff faster, is I don't have E, so I don't have any presence in the map. And this is the first time in like 20 games, I think, the first time that it beat me in my ass. So I think it's very low chance that something like this happens. But maybe I had to adapt or something.
Again, I don't see any really other options here. Let's just keep playing it out. So you know Karthus is potentially around topside here, don't you, Yandhi?
Yeah, he's topside. Yeah, so I'm coming.
Yeah.
But he got there faster, level 3.
Yeah.
He didn't do the ground.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the thing. I don't have my ganking ability or my fighting ability.
Yeah. It's fine. No, this is fine. Yeah, I mean, maybe this is just not going to work.
Yeah.
Remember...
The thing is that he gets level 4 from that cannon.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, fuck it. I'm going in. I have Ignite. I want to try this 1v1. I want to limit test this.
Okay.
I end up dying.
Yeah. Okay.
I wanted to try with Ignite how the 1v1 would work with Karthus.
What happens if you're patient here, Yandhi, and you just wait for your set to TP back to the lane? Do you win this 2v2?
Oh, yeah. No, yeah, you're right. Maybe I could just camp him here, and then in the river he was pretty dead. Yeah.
The way that I view this is you don't get double crab. You
Yeah.
should double crab here and actually get kills. I think Karthus actually fucked up here. I think there's no need to
Yeah.
limit test here.
I was very very impatient. I didn't think the Rene would come. I really thought I was pretty confident that I would just pop him because Karthus in my mind
Let's go back.
is like a pretty.
How can you pop a full HP Karthus as level 4? You know.
I want to try. I want to limit test.
Okay.
I knew he was level 3. If he was at this exact state, I would have killed him a lot sooner.
Yeah, but the way that I do
know.
this, even if you could, it's too risky. I mean, why would Riven not come help, you know? So,
Yeah.
I think the takeaway here is we need to wait for set TP, and you're going to double crab this guy, potentially kill him. But he's in
I
advantage.
completely didn't think about the set TP.
Always think about the set TP after.
I always
Sometimes,
look at- I
sometimes
forget
you
about
actually can spin these top ganks to actually just win in the game. Because what happens, they gank, Riven no longer has base because he's got a faster recall because he's died. He comes back, and you guys are actually really strong 2v2 because he actually can buy an item or something like that, you know?
Oh yeah, I never got into this situation, so I don't mean never, but
Patience, Yandhi. Patience. That's a key thing
You're
for
right.
good League of Legends. Alright, so let's keep playing this through. So you die,
Like-
trade 1 for 1.
yeah.
Which is really bad. Again,
And like,
Karthus has
oh
won the early
fuck,
game.
yeah, Karthus is pretty bad to trade kills with
Yeah,
Karthus.
you don't want to be trying to kill.
I thought maybe I really thought that I was going to kill him pretty fast with Ignite, but if I didn't kill him, he will flash, so I will go away.
Again, not necessary. That's not how we review
But,
this,
yeah.
Yandhi. It's literally just patience, yeah?
Yeah.
Someone asked, do you have Presence of Mind and Triumph right now?
No, presence of mind.
Yeah, so that reduces your skirmish in
Yeah,
a little bit,
pretty
doesn't it?
heavily, but I think I tried it out. I tried a ton of runes, and I think a Triumph is good in specific situations, but Presence of Mind is just gives you more clear speed because you just spam your abilities.
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't have look, and I think it gives you like a better skirmishing power in the grand scheme of things because you have more XP and more gold and more tempo. That is more valuable to me than some random skirmish that you get Triumph and survive with 1 HP.
That makes
So,
sense. But you need to account that for those early skirmishes. I mean, the fact that you didn't even have Triumph, I think it's even more ridiculous when for that Karthus fight, you know? It just doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, yeah.
So, yeah, you need to think about this a little bit more here.
yeah, I go for the bottom crab because I want to find Karthus.
Yeah.
I go for the bottom one because he's at the bottom, so I supposed he would do his clear again,
Yep.
like from the start, but he goes for the other one. I don't know if he's smart or if he's just dumb or or something, but look,
I mean, why would
he
you go
was
for the crab here as well? Because think about, look at your bot priority.
No, maybe I would go for the full clear.
Okay.
Yeah, and
full clear.
and there, when I got into the crab, I pinged top lane. I think I did so. Maybe not. No, my bad. Yeah, my bad.
Yeah, definitely. That's a good review.
Yeah, my bad.
Yeah, you need to ping that because if he's not bot, he must be top.
I always
right?
ping that. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, my bad. It surprised me it surprised me that Karthus was so aggressive and got away with so many ganks being Karthus. Like, in my mind, Karthus is just like power jungling to level 6, so he doesn't care about having a small chance for a gank to work. Like, Zed should have warded or something, or had a pink ward here or something, and he would have walked away.
Again, it's like,
But
sure, that's Karthus' identity.
Karthus
But
taking that chance is just. I mean, I took the chance of thinking that he was going to do that.
yeah, it's like, think about it. It's like, well, Set has no flash. It's a pretty free gank, isn't it? You know.
Yeah. There we go, and then I do this.
Cool. Yep.
Yeah, I end the clear, and I think because he's doing. Yeah, I pinged bottom lane that Karthus was going, and yeah, they died, but it's okay. I mean, he's 5-1 at 6 minutes. It's like, oh my god.
Yeah, it's not ideal.
Yeah, that's
Again,
not.
the game would have all been different if you played that top fight better, you know?
If I played this more patiently, maybe baiting him.
Yeah. Just
Into
double crab him. Yeah. And then he
Yeah.
wouldn't even be able to kill top anymore, could he? So again, there's so many consequences. Because then he wouldn't really have a crab to go for. Alright, so we kill that there. Cool.
There you go. Yeah, the full clear because all my comps are up.
Yep. Yeah, you're definitely doing
That's
good,
ball
good
lane.
tempo on your camps here, Yandhi. This is good.
Yeah, and here I have low health, so I'm not trying to react to anything right now. I want to leave him do the dragon. Because I'm not in it. I mean, all my camps were up, and if I backed after that fight, I don't think it is worth the dragon being that far behind in XP.
Can you go back 30, 40 seconds
rotation.
again? Can you go back 30, 40 seconds? Like go back like to like 7 minutes, yeah. Just want to take a look.
There we go. Yeah.
Alright, yep, play your perspective.
No. Ooh. There we go.
Yep, alright. So let's just see what information Karth has had here, why he goes for the dragon. So you obviously used ult, you have no ignite. Cool. You push the mid wave. And Riven comes down. We just back off. And we now just clear our jungle. Yes.
Yeah.
Keep going.
I mean, Karthus did it because he knew I was low.
And no
And it was pretty late. I mean, he did it. He tried to gank that.
yeah, so he tries to
There
get
was a ward.
Yep.
It doesn't work. So then drop the thing. There's a ping ward.
I mean, he partly does this because Riven is here as well, you know? So, I mean, you know why I don't want you to contest this at all? Because Riven's still hovering around, you know?
Yeah.
Maybe you could
I knew it was unfightable, so I didn't even try.
Yeah.
I wanted to. I think I had a. No, Triforce money. I don't. Nah, it's 1800. I think. Yeah, there I knew that he was going there. He flashes and it's okay. And I back.
Yep. Excellent. That's good. Yep.
Yeah, she's pinging me to help him. He's low. Yeah. There we go.
Alright. We push
And I
me
go
wave.
push me
I
lane.
like the push me wave here. Excellent. Reset.
Yeah,
Go
I had rifles,
rifles.
so I have to reset right there.
Yep. Excellent.
And now there were plenty of times this game that I want to try to do something bot lane, like a dive or something, because it was a Caitlyn Morgana that was winning lane. But every time I came close to them, they just backed. Every time, our tempo was completely off.
Okay. Yeah, potentially. I mean,
So
we
it
have
was
specifics here, Yandhi. So what do you do here? Just show me what you do here. So what do you do? You look mid.
I
don't
want
have
to know.
ult.
I
You
think,
can
yeah.
still kill this guy.
I don't know if I troll here. Please don't troll. Oh, yeah. What do I do?
Alright. That's you
Oh,
don't
yeah.
have ult. So then, I mean, the rule here, Yandhi, is you don't have ult. You're much weaker. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here.
That's where you lost the game.
And
Yandhi.
look.
Done.
It was, 1 second away.
But you gotta think
I
about
got
that
pretty
beforehand,
impatient, I
you know?
think, with that. I knew Karthus was there, but I knew he was level behind. Like, he was level 9.
Yeah. Doesn't matter.
And
you don't have
I was like,
with your ult.
he's not going to do that much damage.
It doesn't matter.
And
You're fighting
when
without
I
your ult,
do-
Yandhi. You're so useless without your ult as Hecarim. You're an ult-based champion.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what this matters,
I know.
you know?
It was like 5 seconds away. I didn't. It is one of those fights that you are. Oh my god! I thought I had that ability or something.
Yeah. So
Yeah. Also,
so I think this game was fine here.
didn't-
Yandhi.
oh, yeah.
The early game here was fine. I mean, now you've lost the game 100% here because you know you're gonna lose your Raptors
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Rift Herald. But yeah. I mean, unfortunately, you can't make a mistake against Karthus, and you made 2 crucial mistakes, and that's really it. You know.
Yeah, I just.
And now you
hate
know,
the champ.
Yandhi. It's no, you don't hate the champion, Yandhi. It's 'cause-
I don't.
it's
I
'cause
don't.
you're playing Hecarim into
Yeah,
it.
I don't hate the champion. I mean, no. if a champion is OP, just learn to play against it. Don't cry
That's
about
right.
it.
Exactly
That's-
right. You know.
That's why I'm here.
Yeah. So Hecarim, we now know
so, yeah.
is hard. You can't make a mistake. I mean, champs that are really good into it is like Eve. I think Lee Sin's pretty good into it. Kha'Zix, yeah, Kha'Zix is very good into it. You know. So Hecarim just struggles. That's just end of story. You know, we just can't make a mistake. All right, Andy. I think this is really it for the early game here. Unless we want to look at one more fight here.
I ganked the Raven. It's a freaking.
And we also know that
Always
phase rush
stacks the lane.
is much better. We also know that phase rush is much better this game as well, right? We agree on that?
Yeah, phase rush. I mean, I learned the champion, so
Yeah.
after this game, I was like, yep, 100% against Karthus. You have to go phase rush every time. There's just no other way. Do you want me to end?
Yep, that's about it here. Yeah, the colours just too far ahead, just not further enough ahead. All right, Yandhi. I think you learned some stuff there about Hecarim. Do you have any other questions around that, or?
No, maybe like from the Karthus perspective. I never played Karthus. Like I play him in Aram and Aram, so I don't know that much about the champion. I know he's like a DPS machine. That he outscales. I don't know Kassadin, but he outscales like almost every other champion. The thing is, I don't understand how to play around his damage. Like his early game, his level 1 is insane. His level 3, he wins a lot of 1v1s. He also he also outscales you. So I don't know how to play against that kind of.
So then, what's Karthus' weakness? You just named all his strengths. Every champion has a weakness. What's his weakness then, Yandhi?
That he has no mobility.
Yep. What else?
He has a very predictable clear. He's dependent on his R.
Yep.
He's full magic damage.
Yep. He has no
Yeah.
CC.
Also, they had a god team comp that they had 4 AD and Karthus, and it was just like I had to build armor because I had to build armor, and Karthus just dealt through damage to me. He built Liandry's, and I don't know why. Like if he went Oblivion Orb, he would have just popped me every time. But okay.
Yeah, I mean, obviously Karthus is a very good pick into those. That's good props to him. But Karthus sucks against accelerated games. You know, like if Elise is diving people over and over again, like Lee Sin's just out of control in his jungle, denying camps, like he's not getting farm. Like if this is the way you beat Karthus, if you're 60 CS
maybe Graves
as Lee Sin, Graves, yes and no, sort of.
Yeah,
I'd rather have CC because I need to dive. I need to get my laners super far ahead against Karthus, Yandhi. That's the way you need to think. So you have the two ways you play is you play early aggressive champions against it. You dive, get laners super far ahead, and you deny jungle camps off your laners priority. And basically the idea, Yandhi, is if you're not 60 CS behind a Karthus, you can easily win the game. If you're playing a early jungler and you're the same amount of CS as a Karthus and you're pressuring the map, you will win the game, guarantee it.
Okay, I'll try it out next Karthus game. I will not touch it this time.
Yeah, don't dodge it, and ideally don't pick Hecarim.
I tried to not dodge difficult matchups or stuff like that because those are the matchups you learn more about. I mean, I don't care about the LP. It's just
excellent.
You get it back in 2 games. So.
All right, Yandhi. Well, thanks for coming on. Thanks for your insights, and we'd love to have you back on next time if you want to come.
Okay, no problem.
All right.
Bye.
See you later, Andy. Alright. We got 3 more guests for tonight. So we're about halfway through. No, sorry, 4 more. Right, we're going to really start powering through this now. It's 12. Alright, let's get our next guest in here. We have... who is it? Is it Clutch? Yep, we have Clutch. Let's drag him in here. Let's get into an Olaf game. In Silver. Alright, Clutch, welcome back. Good to see you. You were on last week, or it was the week before? If you're trying to talk here, Clutch, your mic's muted. Or if you could just be AFK. Clutch might be AFK here. Yeah, it says authenticating, okay. I might have to relog. Alright, what about now? Try to talk now?
Yeah, hello, hello.
Yep, excellent. All right, welcome back to the show, Clutch. Were you on last week or
2 weeks.
2 weeks ago?
something
And it was an Olaf game as well, right? That we reviewed.
I was rocking the Vern that game.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Oh yeah, you're bronze when you first came on. You're silver now, right?
Yeah.
This is the first time you've been silver.
I mean, I just started playing the game a couple months ago, 2 or 3 months ago. So, yeah, I guess.
All right. Well, this is great. We're on the climb. And why did you switch away from Ivan to Olaf?
I just kind of played both of them. I don't know. I just thought he was run at him, swing my axes. So, pretty powerful.
Yes. Have you watched my guide?
Yeah.
All right. So we know the clear and everything like that. So let's take a look. And why did you change this game? Why did you choose this game specifically, Clutch?
I think at my last 4 Olaf games, I've been pretty good. I've won my last 4 Olaf games. I think this is my worst one. So that's why I wanted to see. I died 2 times early on, so I really wanted to see what I could do. I also say no leash, but they think they're being nice by doing that.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I mean, fortunately, unfortunately, they are. Yeah, just trying to emphasize it. You don't need the leash; it doesn't change anything for you.
Yeah.
Ideally, you don't want the enemy team to know whether you started. So do you know that Nunu started with red? Is that you actively know that in this game? Because it's important for the top crab.
Yeah. The reason I think my biggest problem with the clear is on wolves. I can never get the wolves down for some reason. I don't know.
Okay, we can look at that. So wolves
And
is
then, 'cause
1 Q, 2 Qs, then W.
Okay.
Yep. And you need to be kiting it out as you're in between
Yeah.
your auto attacks. You know.
Yeah.
You see how you kill the wolves like here? I mean, you sort of kill it there, but again, ideally you kill the wolf like here, so you're walking. Always need to be trying to walk to your next camps as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
Alright, so yeah, again, do you know that Nunu started red here?
Yeah. And I think me messing up the clear kind of because my top dies because the Nunu gets there first.
No, you wouldn't have been able to make it here, I think, anyway, in time. This is fine. Alright, now it's not fine, no. Think about this. Can Aurelia help you on this crab? Can Brand help you on
No.
this crab?
Yeah, they're shoved in. Yeah, just ditch it.
So you just reset and you just go bot, yeah?
So I should because I just booked it down there. I don't know.
What do you mean?
Like after that, I saw them coming into me. I should just reset.
Yeah, I mean, you need to identify right now that the crab's lost. Reset and you go straight bot. You don't want to walk right down there because think about how inefficient is that. Would you rather not spend your gold, get your items, and then go straight bot?
Yeah.
It's inefficient because like the way this takes about 20 seconds and base in thing takes about 38 seconds, but you'll have items. It's just more efficient. So yeah, you baited your team and Aurelia dies. And that's pretty much, I think that's where I'm going to end the review here, Clutch, because you cannot do that. That could have been your death,
Yeah.
So always look at priority landers, and then ideally you need to know as you're doing the Krugs whether you're going to contest or not. But most of the time, 90% of the time, you can usually double crab them if they start red, because you're just so strong early. But Nunu unfortunately just got that gank off, So you need to perfect this, Clutch, for your Olaf, big time. Is this first crab situation? Because this first crab situation dictates your pace of the game, big time,
Yeah.
All right, Clutch. Any other questions around this game or Olaf in general?
I just had a question about like F keys. Like when I rebanded them to make it easier for me. Like what am I looking for when I press looking at the lanes? Just like wave state? Or?
Yep, wave state, HP, but that's really it. And ideally you're pressing tab as well to look at item strength, so then you know who's stronger and who's not.
Okay.
So I mean, you got to assess right now, look at the wave state, look at HP, right? So you'd use your F keys here. I mean, you could even just drag it over the map as well. I mean, you could even just look on the minimap here how unfavorable this is, You don't even probably need F keys to know that this crab's lost. But like let's say that was the situation, but let's say Quinn was on 10% health, then that changes things. That's why you need to use like, even though the wave could be here and you could see it on the minimap, you still need to look at HP because that could change whether you can contest things or not, you know?
Yeah.
Alright, any other questions there, Clutch?
All good.
Alright.
I love the podcast, by the way. It was hilarious.
Oh, awesome to hear. We got a lot more to come. And as I said, we didn't really get into the groove until like an hour in, but me and Kurt are just idiots most of the time, just talking shit. So that's really what our podcast is about. And we'll put some serious stuff in there here and there.
Yeah, it's cool. We're seeing like how you really are. It's fun. It's really funny.
Yeah. And yeah, what better way to do it than someone you know for 10 years? So it'll be good.
For sure. All right.
Thanks for coming on, Clutch, and we'll see you next time. And perfect this Olaf crab stuff, okay?
Yeah.
Alright, see you later. Alright. So, 3 more guests for tonight. We are moving on to an Eve game now. This is Platinum, I believe. Switch it up here. Yeah, it's good to hear that you guys enjoyed the podcast. If you're those listening on YouTube, you can go check out the podcast on Curtis's channel. It's called Broken by Concept. You can download it on Spotify and Stitcher as well. Alright, so we are now moving on to Eve. This is Platinum on NA. Let's get Rene in here. I think Rene's been on before, but let's double check. Alright.
Hello.
Rene, welcome to the show. How's it going?
It's going great. Thank you.
Is this your first time on? Your name looks familiar.
It is my first time on. I recently joined the Discord channel after watching the Eve guide.
Got it. Yes. All right. And how did you find the Eve guide? How's it helped your gameplay?
Oh,
if so,
I started taking ranked league seriously like 6 months ago because I joined my collegiate team.
Yep.
And I got put on tank duties since I was definitely the worst one in the team.
Yeah.
But I always loved playing Evelynn even before the rework. So I decided now was the perfect time to get back into the carry jungler assassin Eve group. And yeah, that guide was a godsend.
Yes. Get off the tanks. Get off the tanks. You become such a worse player by being just an only tank player. You just have no concept of damage. You have no concept about how to play, how to pressure people, what a lead looks like, how to generate a lead. You'll just react. Oh, we outscaled, I'm unkillable, woohoo. So yeah. I really recommend playing, just learn to carry games. That's where you should start with League of Legends. I see too many people say, oh, I'm just going to play safe, play tanks like Zac and Nunu and stuff, and these players just never can climb, unfortunately. So I love it. I love that you're moving to this. Your match history looks great, Rene. It looks like you're carrying games. Why did you choose this game specifically?
Oh, because I had a really hard time having any impact at all. I got my butt carried, and I don't know if it was because my early game was bad, or if just all of my laners were just too good, or if I could have done something better.
Excellent, let's look at it. I love this ward, by the way, and I love you like tricking him, because this is warded. This is great use of information. Really, really smart here.
Yeah.
Ideally though, against Graves, remember I talked about this in my guide, you want it here so you can catch him if he is over the wall.
Yep. And he actually does, if I remember correctly.
Do we see him? Maybe we don't see him, but we actually should still see him with that ward, to be honest. Alright, no he doesn't. Great. Best case scenario here, Rene. So we're happy to just ditch top grab and reset and go bot. Beautiful.
Yep.
Excellent. Perfect.
I tried to get to the crab first, but yeah, I see him and it's like, I don't care, I'm just going to continue with my clear.
Yeah, you definitely can speed this clear up a bit. The fact that you got a bot leash and you're finishing at this 320, it's not ideal.
Okay.
Could have been the difference between getting there or not. Let's look at, I just want to quickly look at your clear here. What's inefficient here?
Yes, that would be very helpful.
Alright. Yeah, make sure, remember, you're using your E as soon as after an auto attack, right? So it's used as like an in-between auto attack type thing.
Like a reset. Okay, yeah, I don't do that.
Yeah, that's going to significantly increase it. Also, Gromp dies here. Gromp needs to die here. So you need to kite it out a little bit, and you need to get practice with the resetting of it. But this is where the practice tool is. But these every 2 seconds, 3 seconds. This is about 3 seconds. It all counts big time.
Okay.
Okay, so what you're doing here, Rene, is you're doing milliseconds, not utilizing your auto attack reset speed. So auto attack, you've just missed an auto attack again. Look at how you could have put 2 auto attacks in. There's gonna be some sort of delay, so you're not gonna be able to see it as well, but you'll be able to see it in the VOD. So I'll show you here. That's 1 auto attack. This should be another auto attack, but you still haven't queued. You still haven't auto attacked. You still haven't auto attacked. That's 3 auto attacks you've missed. 4 auto attacks you've missed. So that right there is actually reduced your clear so much. Like, you need to, you can't just kite them out that quickly. You need to auto attack every second you can auto attack. It's really important.
Yeah.
Your auto attacks are the biggest, most important part of your clear with Eve. It's not your Qs. Obviously, you're trying to hit your Qs, but it's making sure you're maximum efficient with your auto attacks. That's what makes the difference in the clears, and obviously killing the camps. And then again, Wolves dies here, but Wolves should probably be dying around here. So let's look at auto attacks. Auto attack, auto attack. Again, you've missed an auto attack. And you need to practice to this point here, where you only need 2 Qs, you use 3 Qs on this. This is actually the biggest thing for the Eve clear.
Okay.
And again, it comes down to the auto attacks. You need to do every single auto attack possible. But again, you can look at my guide frame by frame, but that's really important as well. And utilize E in between the thing. Alright, so that should help you tenfold. That will literally shave off like 10 seconds off your clear, to be honest, there, Rene.
Yeah, I did notice that I was missing some auto attacks, but I'm still missing more because this game was like from 5 days ago, and I noticed some of those mistakes, but definitely not as many auto attacks. Like, yeah, I'm definitely missing more. So it's good that I'm getting that feedback.
Yeah, it's just literally just auto attacks. That's really it. It's you got to perfect it. But again, practice makes perfect. Again, missing some auto attacks there, but kiting too much. All right.
Yeah.
So we're doing a mid gank here. We're skipping our Krogs. This is good. She flashes. Yeah, ideally you need to understand she has flash here, because that's going to dictate whether you flash after her. You don't really want to be trading flashes as Eve unless it's a kill. Okay?
Okay.
So you need to walk up further here. So let's think about your pathing here, right? This is actually the difference. This is actually why you just don't get this kill. This is tiny details that I'm obsessed with in League of Legends. So look at the way you approach this gank. She's just thrown her Q. You need to be running dead on, but you run this direction.
Okay.
So look at this.
Yeah.
You see this? I know you're in your mind you're scared of a Q, but she has no Q. So that little distance here would have been made up if you just ran a little bit further.
You're right. I wouldn't have never caught that watching the bot.
Yeah. Tiny details. I need to obsess over the details. Movement. Movement is key to success in League of Legends. Path in. Alright, yep. I mean, there's not much we can do apart from that gank. I think that gank was the right opportunity to go for that gank, Rene, but the mis-execution is really big. That could have been a Dark Seal stack. 2 Dark Seal stacks. You don't even worry about the crab here. Yeah. I think you should do the crab before you do your clear here, Rene.
Yeah, I wanted to, but I noticed that my bot lane was pushed in after I noticed I was missing it, so I figured, okay, I might as well just finish like this part, and then once I saw Garen move in, I could go get the crab.
But look at the information you missed here, and this is important for FK usage, Rene. Look at this. Can Graves contest you on this crab right now, even if you don't have bot priority?
Oh, I had not noticed that. No, he can't.
Yeah, League of Legends is an information-based game, Rene. Really important, because this information dictates that decision-making so much. Again, tiny details change things big time. You should have got that crab, and you would have been level 6 and could have maybe done something, and you wouldn't have lost that crab,
Yep.
And you would be probably on your Raptors right now, And if he tries to take dragon, you can take these camps for it, you know?
Yeah.
Your whole game looks a lot different already, just from a tiny decision making, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, that's a good, cool kill. Excellent. Not worth to do dragon at all for tempo. This is not worth it at all.
Okay.
All your top side's up, and this is up. This is what I would call a game losing mistake, actually. The fact that you're not deciding to go for these camps.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, you shouldn't be thinking about dragon. You shouldn't be thinking about ganking bot. Take these. If Grave shows up bot, great. We take this. Like, think about it. Like, 1 kill here is not worth 5 camps, is it?
Yeah.
That's like an extra whole, like, what, level and a half, isn't it?
Yep.
You already had a pretty good early game here. I need you to keep... Because right now, your numbers are going to be too low. You know the KPI metrics in my guide?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to guess you have about... You could probably have about 75 CS, I think, by 12 minutes. But given you haven't died, you are going to have... let's have a look. Look at that, 70 CS exactly. Predicted it. And is that good? In my... What was that on my metrics? That was...
Yeah, that was just like good, not great.
Yeah. And that's the decision making there. You just messed it up. Done.
Yep.
Let me actually just get my guard up. I just want to double check because I actually forgot.
Yeah, I think it was 70, it was just fine. 80 was you're ahead, and basically 90 and up was the game's going great.
Yeah. Actually, I think 70... Where is it? No, 70 is bad, Rene.
Oh, oops.
80 is okay. 90
80
is good.
okay.
So, yeah, we're still in the bad section. Again, that's the way the decision making kicks in.
I've definitely been reading my KPI wrong then.
Yeah. Alright, Rene, well, that's why I want to go for this game here, because we're just not further enough ahead, unfortunately.
Yeah. And that's basically why I wanted to review this game, because I felt I had no impact early game.
Yeah. Yeah. And again, no, don't worry about the impact early game, but you need to be, as you have to have no, if you have no impact early game, you need to be pushing the good to excellent numbers, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, that's your impact. Your impact is these KPIs, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And again, don't worry about dragons early as well. I'm happy to lose the first 2 drags. I'm going to be strong enough to fight the 3rd dragon.
Okay. Yeah, that helps a lot, because since I used to only take League seriously until I joined the college team, and it was always like objective-based tank. Always go for objectives. I think that got ingrained in my mind a bit, but I should not prioritize early dragons then.
No, I mean, you can get them if it's free. A free dragon's a free dragon, but make sure all your jungle camps are off, make sure you can't lose anything for it, and make sure you have full priority, you know, like, I mean, taking a mountain drag early is like GG for me as Eve, you know, first dragon. But you need to make sure that you're setting it up correctly, and ideally you're not losing tempo for your jungle camps.
Mm-hmm. That sounds good. So basically just shift my priorities to myself, just jungle clears.
Very selfish. All on yourself. Again, it goes back to the champion identity of Eve. Where is it?
Basically at the beginning.
Yeah. Pure solo queue champ. Goal is to be incredibly selfish, farm as much as possible, only help the team if it benefits you.
Yep.
Alright, Rene, any other questions?
No, actually you covered everything that was bothering me with my Eve gameplay, so thank you very much.
Excellent. So, remember, quick key takeaways. Perfect your clear a bit more. Auto attack's really important. Go in the practice tool, and then secondly, let's focus on the KPIs a bit more. Let's at least get into the okay to good range every game.
That's a good goal. Thank you.
Alright, thanks Rene, we'll see you next time.
See ya.
Alright, always good fun to do Eve, since we have a full guide on Eve, as with Olaf, Nunu, Hecarim, and Xin Zhao. Let's move into our next guest. So 10 sources telling us an amazing podcast, looking for more episodes. Awesome to hear. We're going to be doing 2 a week. Next episode's going to be released Friday my time, which is like Thursday night American time. Oh, thanks heaps for the prime, Rene. It was a pleasure to help you there. Alright, Rengar game. And this is Malchum, who I think's been on the show before. Another NA. We got a lot of NA guests. Not many Europeans on tonight, but that's okay. Time zone is not too good for them. This is a platinum game. Alright, Malchum, you are on the air. Can you hear me all good?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Is it Malchum or Malcolm? I forgot. You've come on the show before, right?
Yeah, it's Malcolm.
Malcolm. Alright, Malcolm. I'm going to get your game up in just a second. And how's your ranked been going since our last review? I can't remember when it was.
It's been pretty up and down. I honestly, I have to be honest with you. I've been jungling wrong this whole time. Actually, I've just really understood how to path correctly. Literally, like, I don't know, last week or 2 weeks ago, and I received. I'm not sure if you know this guy, but he's called Zen.
Zen coaching?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I know of him.
Yeah, I received some coaching from him, and
awesome.
Actually, Yandhi also reviewed one of my games. But other than that, yeah, it's been okay though. Some of my games have been really good.
What was it specifically that clicked with you? What did you not understand about jungle that you found?
It really pathing and tracking. Like now, I feel like I understand the game much clearer now, but I guess I'm just looking for confirmation with things, even though obviously my pathing might not still be the best since I'm still practicing it. But I feel a lot more confident going into the jungle and, like, you know, tracking the jungler and making more plays. And yeah.
Excellent. Confidence is really important here. All right. Well, if you want to start with the tracking here, 101. Where did the enemy pantheon start here?
Right above.
All right. So that's good information, and pantheon even shows here.
So yeah, I knew he started red. So obviously I went blue. Whatchamacallit, blue Gromp, and then so he ganks mid. And then I'll go blue Gromp, Wolves, back onto Raptors to match him on the top crab.
Because you want to fight him on top crab.
Yes, sir.
So tell me the thought process there. Why would you want to fight a Pantheon on top crab with a Syndra and Malchum with a Valkos Nasus?
Right, so I noticed that I had no prio and Valkos wasn't back, so I think I just gave that up and went I went Raptors and then topside to Krugs and then back.
Alright.
No. I think I forgot what happened that game. I think I did something else though.
So, would you really think right now? I mean, let's just think about it right now, okay? This is actually your game will look completely different here, Malcolm. You need to be very comfortable with the slow early game here, because think about it right now. You're against a Mag. Like, how do you kill anything in the early game here?
Maybe I'm looking bot, because obviously we have Nautilus, and they have Flash and Ezreal.
Yeah.
So if anything, I'm looking bot.
Yep, you can look bot, but you know what I want you to do? I wouldn't even really care about ganking right now. I mean, the way you instantly win this game, not instantly, but you're going to be much further ahead and much better position. If you understand right now, I don't even care about, I'm just going to trade crabs, and just be as strong as possible. So what you need to do here is you need to do red. What you do with your ward here, by the way, is you ward this. So this is max efficiency as Rengar. So you kill the red, you ward this, you jump over, kill the Krugs, Raptors, move down bot side, bam, do 5 camp, do crab, look to take his Raptors, because Pantheon won't do Raptors, and you're rocking and rolling, Malcolm. You're going to be so far ahead. There's no reason to do this, because, again, you know how you said you looped back? If he starts red, and you know he starts red right now, because you've got blue watered, this is suicide. I mean, again, how can you verse 3v3 this? It's just not possible. So understanding your game plan, your pathing is really important. And to be honest, Rengar, I think he's just, you really must do 3 camp. I think Rengar, unless you really want to gank something, just doing this path, I think is just not good for him. You're a level 6 champion. You really want to get level 6.
Right. I really do forget what I know this early game wasn't that bad. It was actually I adapted to what happened. I know that. But I really was, because I was confident. I was confident that I was gonna be able to duel Pantheon, but obviously since Vel'Koz he gained Vel'Koz, so he had pressure for the top grab. I couldn't really take that. Right. Not in Nasus, yes, is one of the fun. Yeah.
I mean, even if you're confident to do it, I wouldn't even worth the risk, Malchum.
Right.
Because you need to think, do I need to do this to win the game? The answer is no, dude. Pantheon's going to be so outscaled, you know? And as sometimes, if people are trying to fight all the time and fight, it's like, I'm just chilling, dude. I instantly win the game by doing red, Krugs, Raptors. 5 camp thing, take his Raptors and Krugs. You're level 5, he's level 3. Good luck winning the game, Pantheon. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
So I just want to emphasize, I'll keep reviewing this game for you, Malchum, but I want to emphasize, like, if you're one of my coaching clients with Salty right now, this is instant end of review, because this is really important to sort of identify this sort of stuff in your games. Actually, Yandhi just had a good point in the chat as well. You can actually ward this at 50 seconds and then reset for sweeper and come back here and this is still warded.
The reason why I worded his blue side, I felt like, because he's Pantheon, he's gonna use like a lot of mana, especially early. But I mean, I don't know.
Don't care about that. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You'll know. Yeah. You'll know anyway. Based on bot leash, or you can look at lanes. Again, don't overthink too much where they start. Think more about what's your game plan. You know, like, don't worry about it. Tracking and like having theories about jungle pathing is just too unpredictable in low elo. It's only good in high elo. So yeah, this pathing I just really dislike, I'll be honest, Malchum. So we look to go top here. We 2 seconds think, oh, we probably can't contest right this, right here. And Vel'Koz doesn't want to do messy fights as well. Like he wants to just chill.
Right. So I said yeah. So I just traded the crab, whatever.
Yeah. But again, you could have.
But
you could have finished. You could probably finish his Krugs right now and be level, close to level 5.
Actually, I think that's exactly what I do. I know he's top side. No, do I actually back? Oh no, I just go straight bot. Just pick up the kill. Or no, I hope, yeah, it's
terrible gank. Like Rengar's just not strength, is just not this. Again, you know how I said before that just there's a lot of things hard to gank here. I mean, your Ephralos has died. I mean, this is again a huge game losing gank. You show bot, and now you know what Pantheon can do now. He can rush dragon because he knows you're resetting to go top side. Isn't that right? But if it's harder to do dragon for him if you don't show on that gank.
I don't know. I feel like that would be kind of 50-50 for him because I took Scuttle Crab and I could just run straight bot and then clear bot to top.
Why is it 50-50 when he has he knows you're 100% top and he has a Scuttle Crab here?
But no, I have Scuttle Crab there, so if I knew that because he walked past that ward right there.
Oh, this one here. Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, again, it's like he's not 50, but again, you can't go down bot for dragon. You have to do your Krugs and stuff. It's like the whole point again is like whether he can or can't do it. It's like you're giving free information to him and legally.
Yeah. At the end of you're right. Honestly, I should have just went Krugs, Raptors, and bot side. That's 100% true. Because now I'm all set in my jungle and my efficiency is down bad.
I mean, given this right now, I'm guessing you get hit level 6 here, Malchum, just because of all these inefficiencies by around 8 minutes 30 to 9 minutes, which is really bad. You need to be hitting level 6 around latest like 7:30, and let's just check. All right, actually, you did get it here. I mean, you just got it here at of literally 8 minutes here. Actually, look at this. Look how long it takes. You don't even get it until dragon. So you see how easy I could predict when you'll be level 6 just because of how inefficient you've been this game.
Right.
So you're about a minute behind at least. This could have been a gank somewhere. So yeah, you don't get level 6 literally until 8 minutes forward. I literally predicted that dead on. So There you go, Malcolm. Efficiency. Path in, do your Krugs and Raptors. I want you to 3-camp topside pretty much every game as Rengar, to be honest. And do the ward trick on Krugs.
So, because I've been doing whatchamacallit. I watch Dopamine, I watch Scrub Noob, and they both do the same thing. They both go red Raptors, and they go down to the blue, and then they path back up. Yeah, they both do.
Okay, you can do that. So they path back up and they do Wolves and then Krug, or they do that and then Krugs.
Yeah, they go. Yeah.
All right. Well, you can do that, but I need you to assess the top situation a bit better than like you didn't do in this game. You know.
Right.
But again, don't just think about pathing. You got to think about it a bit more. You know, don't just look at something. Like think about like why do they do that? You know, and even if those players did that this game, it's completely wrong as well. It's just wrong path. You know, you have to adapt your path.
True.
So it doesn't matter how good you are at a champion. At the end of the day, there's key factors there that you need to. You know, you can't just be super rigid with your path in like that.
All right.
Right, Malcolm.
Fair enough.
Any other questions? Yep. I hope that would clear some things up with you.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. Well, thanks for coming on, Malcolm, and we'll potentially see you next time.
Thank you for having me, man.
All right. See you later.
See you.
All right. So we've got one more guest on for tonight, a Nidalee player. Not sure what rank he is, but we can ask because he's actually just joined the server. Actually, I can quickly check now. He's gold 3, so let's get him in here. Alright, ATM, you are on the air. Can you hear me all good?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Excellent. Yes, I can. Welcome to the show. I imagine your real life name is not Automated Teller Machine, or I could be wrong.
It is not. You can call me Pierce. That's
Pierce,
easier.
excellent. Alright, Pierce, I'm going to get your game up in just a second, but in the meantime, tell me how your rank's been going this season so far.
So, I actually, this is like a Smurf, but my main account, I just play Warwick. It's like my first season actually like climbing. I played like 10 ranked games a season in the past seasons. And I use this account to try to like learn champions that I want to play because I kind of got stuck with Warwick. Yep. And I got like wanted to learn more mechanical champions where I can carry more.
Yep, I like it. And Nidalee's the one that struck your eye?
I just think she's fun. She has a lot of agency. Also, she's really popular in pro play, which a bunch of my friends watch. So it's like, I see her in pro games, which is cool to see people pop off because she's technical.
Yep. Tell me about your runes here, PS.
So I go Electrocute, and then secondary I go Boots Cosmic. I just like Boots for the gold. You get the jungle item earlier, you don't have to worry about Boots. And then I like Electrocute better than Dark Harvest because I just like the damage early, especially like against Graves. We're going to be fighting.
What about Eyeball Collection over Zord?
I go Eyeball because I just like the damage. Sometimes I go, normally if I think I'm going to do the ward trick or whatever, switch to Sweeper right away, level 1. I'll go Sweeper, but I just didn't this game because I wanted to do more damage overall and thought I could snowball with kills with like Draven Lux speed, but this game goes kind of kaboom. I just don't really do anything. I lose like a lot of tempo.
Okay, we can take a look. So, runes adapt a lot with Nidalee. I do prefer Electrocute over Dark Harvest, but sometimes you have to go Conqueror against like heavy melee teams. And builds are everything with Nidalee. I mean, I can't talk to you about it now because it would literally take me probably hours to talk about all the different build options. But the way you build Nidalee is incredibly important. Like, incredibly important. It actually can win you and lose you games. So, this game, quickly, I would probably be going...
Do you go Roa when you go Conqueror normally? So you just be completely different, or?
Yeah, Roa is definitely something you can go. Sometimes you want a bit more damage, like Lichbane, or sometimes you can actually go like a full AP build where you go Sorceries into Oblivion Orb into a Death Cap, and you get like Magi's. You just go full AP. Full AP, I get scared this game because you are against a Kassadin, but I think you can get away with full AP this game. And if you're going to do that, the runes you need to go is Relentless Hunter. Ravenous Hunter is useless for full AP because your fights aren't going to be really... You're not going to need really the healing. You just want to be everywhere.
Yep.
So you'll go Zombie Ward, Relentless Hunter, and you need double adaptive for your attack speed. I don't like taking on Nid at all because you already have the attack speed buff from your E.
Okay. So should I take a attack speed if I'm going like Conqueror or something that's less AP heavy, or?
You go Conqueror against like heavy AD teams. Like let's say if you're against like an Aurelia, Camille, like Leona here, that's a good Conqueror game.
Okay.
Yes, there's like Aurelia or something like that, or Yasuo. Alright, also I want you, this is another trick here as well for Nidalee. Every single game, I want you to do this invade. Okay, so what you want to do is come, like run through lane here.
Like the fog?
Yep, utilize the fog here. Use your warding totem, ward this. Sometimes people sit in this brush. You can get a spear and you just spear people down. You just run at them and just spear people down. If you can get an early kill, and you can easily KS with your Q, reset for Machete, it's literally insta GG.
Okay.
Because you'll literally clear your jungle in like in insane times and you'll be so far ahead. And people check this. The amount of times I've got this is insane. Like get some kills here. So come down here. Tell your team to come as well with you. Ideally, come down here, get some wards, get some spears.
Just blind spear.
No, you don't blind spear.
Or should I ward first?
You ward first. Yeah, always ward first.
Okay.
Spear and then come through here. Spear this bush again. So this is where you do a blind spear and you start walking.
Yep.
Spear, and then you walk to this bush. You don't do a blind. You can actually blind spear here, but you like actually walk here and actually spear this direction. But experiment with this spear. I haven't really figured out this spear yet, but sometimes I like just to walk in here and just face check, and then sometimes people get caught here and you can spear them and chase them down here. But you want to do this invade, and it puts a lot of pressure on the enemy team.
Got it.
So do that every time. This is a better invade because you can catch people off with this spear and get kills really easily as Nid.
Okay.
I work with a Grandmaster Nidalee player on EUS, and this is what he does every game. The amount of times he's gotten kills in Machete, it's insta GG.
Got it.
Because the thing about it is when you hit spears and you use brushes, you get huge move speed. So you just auto attack people and run them down, and they can't do anything about it. You usually have to burn flashes and stuff like that.
Okay.
Alright, so we're doing a bit of an invade here. Oh, okay, so this is why you don't switch out the sweep, because you're invading the red buff.
And then it turns into... They never show... And then it turns into a vertical jungling kind of situation.
Okay.
And then Ezreal wards this, and I just leave right away, and I don't know what I'm supposed to do. If I should have stayed for his Krugs, even though they knew I'm there, or not.
Okay, yeah, you need to take his Raptors if you're going to take this red at least, at minimum.
Okay.
So you'll be safe. You'll be all good. Trust me. It's a Cassidy mid. Like, what's a Cassidy mid going to do against you, you know?
Yeah.
So you need to at least... If you're taking red, you at least need to always take Raptors. And then you're actually going to think there... You actually might be able to defend your red buff here, to be honest, as well.
He goes blue to red. I thought he would go... He kind of plays really weird. He goes blue to red and then ganks top level 2. Level 2. So... Like, early game kind of devolved, so I just get a full clear my jungle after he just takes the buffs, and then...
Alright. You'll be able to win this game in a couple of easy steps, just based on information here, PS. So what you'll do here is you would take red, you'll do Raptors, you would see Camille rock up right now. If Camille rocks up like this, what does it mean? What does it tell her that Graves is done right now?
If she walks up right there,
Yeah.
it means that Graves is going to be looking for a gank, or, yeah, going to be coming in top.
No. What else does it mean?
Do not know.
It means he started blue.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, I knew he started blue.
So that means that you could easily defend your red buff here, can't you? You have an Aurelia here. So he should never get this off. And think about it, you would be incredibly far ahead of Graves, and he's completely fucked. Because if Graves doesn't have a red early, and he hasn't got a Raptors camp either, it's literally insta GG. So what you'll do here is you'll literally do red, Raptors, cross mid here.
Straight.
Yep, run straight here and defend, like potentially place a trap or something here, just in case you see Graves coming. And, you know, but if Graves comes here, this is insta win. You know, Aurelia's going to have full priority against that.
Yeah.
Bam, 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 bam. So this is why this game feels so weird, because you completely, I can't emphasize this enough how much PS, you completely butchered this.
Okay.
You didn't gather enough good information and then make the correct decisions based on it. So this is pretty much the end of review here, because you let Graves get away with a terrible early start for him.
Got it.
Because you would be on this right now, you would just kill this guy. He's just dead. It's instant GG.
Okay.
And this gank would also never happen, would it?
No, it wouldn't.
So this game would be
That could
completely
cover?
different. Yeah.
Yeah.
But Lysandra does still survive it. Rally's winning mid, so there you go. Alright, any other questions
Nope.
around Nidalee or jungle in general?
Not really.
So I guess that helped you a little bit. I think a little bit. Think about
Yeah.
again. Nidalee's a very complicated champion. I probably will eventually make a guide on her, but I like that you're practicing her. I recommend watching as many VODs as possible with high-level players. But
Yeah.
this is going to definitely level up your game. If you can commit to Nidalee for at least 200 games, you'll be a significantly better player.
Okay.
Much better than
That's
Warwick.
the goal.
Warwick is going to
Yeah,
make you a
Warwick
terrible
on
player.
the one head.
Yeah.
Sweet. Thank you so much.
All right, no worries, Piers. Thanks for coming on. And we'll potentially see you next time.
Yeah, have a good one.
All right, see you later. All right, that's going to wrap it up for YFJC. This is definitely one of the longer episodes, about an hour and 40. But I think it was good. A lot of good material in here. Thanks everyone for watching, and we will see you next time. Also, next podcast with Curtis is going to be uploaded in about 3 days' time, so be sure to check that out. You can watch the first episode on Curtis's channel and download it on Spotify and Stitcher. So thanks again, and we'll see you in episode number 36 of YFJC.